Welcome back to the Yours, Mine, Away podcast. Today I've got a top goalkeeper currently playing his trade with Millwall, Liam Roberts, everyone.
So for me, I started quite late, and for me it was like just on the old school playgrounds where it's just concrete. So I was going home like with holes in my trousers, mum was shouting, not happy. Me and the wife were still on holiday, and I just got a phone call on the beach, like that morning rang me, was like, oh, bro, we're interested. And I dropped the phone, and he was like, I could just hear him going, hello, 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 and I'm like, did you just say Middlesbrough? And he was like, yeah. And I was like, right, get it sorted. Within 2 hours, it was done.
Not far away from being Rob Green's wonky fingers.
Yeah, I think if he had his reconstructed, his would look the same. Everything saved me, absolutely. The people that I've worked with, the people that I'm working with now, absolutely mentally saved me. And I know that's probably quite hard hitting, but without goalkeeping, without the union, the people that I've had around me, I definitely wouldn't be in football anymore. And I don't know where I would be personally in my life. So yeah, GK Union is everything.
What a save from Mark Howard.
Hey there, I'm Mark Howard, professional goalkeeper and the host of the Yours, Mine, Away podcast. Today I'm thrilled to share my secret with you. When I got my hands on active collagen, it was an absolute game changer for me. As football players, we all want to train hard, play harder and recover faster. Since rupturing my Achilles 6 years ago, I've relied on collagen supplements to help me remain injury-free. After trying various brands, I found my perfect match with UPerform. Packed with 2 unique bioactive collagen peptides, it's the UK's #1 choice for both prehab and rehab. Say goodbye to injury worries and hello to enhanced performance. Collagen is key for your muscles, your tendons and ligaments. But here's the kicker, as we age, we lose it. UPerform's active collagen doesn't just replenish, it turbocharges your natural collagen production. Simply take 1 gel a day, it really is that simple. And for the result, feel unbeatable and keep playing your best game on and off the pitch. I wouldn't recommend anything that I don't believe in. UPerform is the real deal. And just for you, they're offering an exclusive saving. Click the link in the description below and use code MARK20 at checkout. Join professional footballers all over the world that now take active collagen to make injuries a thing of the past and recover faster. Grab yours now and transform your game. Hello everyone, welcome back to the Yours, Mine, Away podcast with me, Mark Howard. Today I've got a top goalkeeper currently playing his trade with Millwall after an unbelievable career so far. Liam Roberts, everyone. How are you, mate?
I'm very good, mate. How are you?
Yeah, good, mate.
More importantly, how's that ankle?
We'll keep that quiet. Now, I've got a bit of a sore ankle at the moment, so yeah. We was meant to do this last week, and unfortunately I went over on my ankle and I had to send you a last-minute text.
Last-minute text, yeah.
I think it was about 2:30 in the morning as well, saying I'm not making it.
I think it was as well. I was literally in the shower and I thought, right, I'm coming to the podcast today, and then I looked at it and I thought, I'm not coming in today.
Yeah, apologies for that. These things happen.
It's like fun.
I got sniped in a warm-up. That's the worst bit about it. It's more embarrassing if anything.
Look, everyone's shouting at you.
Yeah. I'm all right. I'm fine now.
Yeah, exactly.
How's life treating you in the smoke?
Good, mate. Yeah, really good. Yeah, just saying then to you, like, wife and actually just moved down 2 weeks ago, so like, just she's had a day out in London now, so I'm just in with you yourself today.
Yeah, this is going to be an expensive day for you, isn't it? Taking her around London.
It could be too big, yeah. It could be, yeah. So we'll have to wrap this up sharpish and then get me off.
Tell you you've had a phone call from the club.
Yeah, we're going to have to.
So I've got loads of family that are Millwall, so they're going to be buzzing about this.
Yeah,
they're all Bermondsey anyway.
Class.
So yeah, obviously, how's it been since you signed in the summer?
It's been really, really good, yeah. No, really good. The lads are brilliant. It's a great group they've got, like a couple of the older heads as well in it now, and like their missuses and stuff as well. I've got a really good group. The coaching staff is excellent. The gaffer's class.
Match days are different, aren't they?
Yeah, it's brilliant.
It's mental.
So
club.
good.
Yeah.
It's so good. Like that adversity when you're in there as well is brilliant. I love it. Like when you're looking around, like every game you come out and you're like, yeah, they're at it, and then it kind of makes you're at it as well. Then.
Yeah. Do the whole dressing room just have to buy into that philosophy of how Millwall is as a club?
100%.
Yeah.
Before the game, everyone's like, right, we're at it. No matter what happens, we're 110% every single game, then you can't really go wrong anyway, can you?
As long as Millwall's always one of them clubs, as long as every player gives their all, the fans will just absolutely worship them. But as soon as they don't see someone pulling their weight, they're like, nah.
Yeah, you're getting a bit, if you're not pulling your weight, you're definitely getting pointed out, getting a couple of fingers. But you get that from the coaching staff anyway, so you just get 16,000 coaches of the coaching staff having a go at you.
Yeah, it's a great place to live.
It's class.
Right, before we crack on, I've got a couple of quick fire questions.
Go on.
So, best goalkeeper kit colour?
Are we going? I'm going to go green for me.
Yeah, nice.
I like a green.
Proper emerald green, like an old school goalkeeper.
Old school one.
I love that. That's exactly mine.
Yeah.
Are you play it short or kick it long?
Oh, you can't beat smashing it long, can you? Yeah. To be fair, it's whatever you get these days, whatever you want, what the gaffer wants from you, whatever the coaching staff. Yeah,
whatever keeps you in the team.
But yeah, that's exactly it. As long as you keep it on the pitch, it doesn't matter.
Who's your favourite ever goalkeeper? Your inspirational one?
Mine would be, so growing up obviously towards the Midlands would be like Joe Hart, coming through the systems that way and how he did it. Went from Shrewsbury Blues, really won the Premier League. And then for me as well would be like Petr Cech as well.
Yeah, nice.
Like obviously before his obvious head injury, he was unbelievable. Like, he's got like 1 in 2 clean sheets or something.
It's ridiculous.
It's incredible.
His ratio,
highest level as well. It's insane. So yeah, they're probably the top 2 that I would look at.
Yeah, nice. Who's the best goalkeeper in the world right now?
Wow. Alisson, I reckon. Just all round, and he's
got everything.
So good.
Right, favourite stadium you've played at?
I'd say probably favourite stadium would be Middlesbrough.
Yeah,
real good.
It's a lovely stadium, isn't it?
So nice.
Yeah,
and then like my favourite game as well would probably be Middlesbrough versus Sunderland.
Oh, nice.
Beaten 1-0 on Monday.
Bit of needle in it as well.
Yeah, it was class. Like, the fans didn't shut up the whole game. You're like trying to play the game, but you're also like, this is insane.
Taking it all
like,
in.
Looking around, honestly, it was incredible.
You must have made one save in that you remember as well. There's always one that sticks out.
Do you know what? I think it was just more a cross. Like, I didn't really have a lot. I didn't really have a lot to do in the game. I just remember one cross towards the end, and you catch it, and everyone's just roaring, and you're like, "Yeah, I feel all right here."
Feels good, doesn't it? When you're laying on the floor holding the ball,
buzzing, just smiling behind the ball, just buzzing.
Yeah, class.
But no, it's wicked.
And then it's the last minute of the game. You can either save a penalty to win the game, or you can go up and score a goal. What are you choosing?
I think save the pen to win the game.
Really?
Yeah, because I've been up a few times and I've never got anywhere near it.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I think if I can do my job.
I got in the end of one once.
Did you?
I gave away a foul at the same time, so I think.
Just come out with the elbows as well, didn't you?
Yeah, it's horrible. Jumped on someone's back, I think. Right, so why goalkeeping, Robert?
So for me, when I was younger, I didn't really start till I was like 9, 10. Like, I didn't start till now.
It's quite late, that.
That's what I mean. So kids are starting really early now. So for me, I started quite late, and for me, it was like just on the, like on the old school playgrounds where it's just concrete.
Yeah.
And you'd have like your class versus the next class.
Yeah.
I was just diving around in concrete. So I was going home like with holes in my trousers. Mum was shouting, not happy. But like lads were like, "Oh, do you want to just come and try on a like Sunday team?" Like lads I went to school with.
Yep.
I was like, "Yeah, why not?" Like, didn't really think anything of it, and then that was literally I was hooked.
Yeah.
I've never played outfield.
Have you never?
Never played a minute outfield.
Yeah.
Just was probably a bit crazy as a kid and was running around, jumping and diving about the place.
Diving about on concrete
is serious. Yeah, that's a big one. I just literally remember the old sponge balls that used to get if it was raining, it used to get really heavy.
Oh my god, yeah. You used to be fuming if they hit you as well because they're soaking.
That was me. Yeah.
That's class. That so you literally just went straight into a Sunday League team as the goalkeeper.
As the goalkeeper, didn't do any like
specialised work. Or
no,
anything?
so like I went into that, and then my dad at the time was like, I've seen that there's a goalkeeping school on a Friday night if you want to go and do that. And at the time I was like, yeah, 'cause I just enjoyed it at the time. I was like, yeah, I'll go and do it. I still remember the guy's name, Andy Catchpole. Might have heard of Phil Smart as well.
Yes,
Phil Smart as well. So that's where he started with. And that's where I met Phil, yeah. So like on that Friday, I used to do that session there, and then they were like, he seems to, because my missus, I've got mental, so I used to do karate. Yeah. So I used to do that as a kid, so that must have helped me.
Yeah.
So I was doing that, and then I got into football, and then that must have been like just reflexes and stuff. I don't know how it worked, but it worked.
My dad used to take me and my brothers to karate.
Yeah.
We went literally from 6 till 14, and I hated every minute of it. We went every week, and even now I still question him. I'm like, Dad, why did you send us to karate? And he goes, but it helps you balance your whole career. Yeah. You're like, yeah, I can't argue. I'd rather have gone golf.
That's what I mean. Yeah, that's what I mean. But like, I was never injured as well. Like, obviously, just all the stretching and stuff I used to do and that. And maybe, I don't know, it was a discipline thing as well.
Maybe, yeah.
Potentially, but yeah, no, I enjoyed that, and then started getting into the football, and then that kind of took over from there, really.
Yeah. So then when did you actually then get scouted by Walsall?
That was through that Friday night, coaching school. I'm trying to think what it was called now. I can't think what it was called. But so I was like 13, and they were like, we've got links with Walsall, why don't you go out and try? And it was Mick Halsall.
Yes.
That was there at the time, and then I did one session. He was like, yeah, we'll look to sign you then. So like I did that there. Before Walsall, I was that first season, so I was like under 10s, under 11s, went to Wolves for 6 weeks. That was like insight to like unreal. Obviously, I was a Wolves fan as well. It was brilliant.
Right, okay,
but I didn't get in, so I was absolutely gutted.
But you're still so new to it as
That's
well.
What I mean,
so
you
couldn't be that disappointed.
That's what I mean. It was so fresh, and then I was going back. Obviously, you're a kid as well. I was going back to playing with my mates, so it's like, okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
And then I went into Shrewsbury when I was like 12, 13 time, and then Walsall came in that kind of same time, and that was closer, and it was literally on my doorstep.
Yeah.
And then Shrewsbury, humming and ahhing, and then Walsall went, yeah, we want to sign it. So I was like, perfect.
Yeah. Did that little setback from Wolves give you a little bit more hunger as well, or did you just think, oh, that was an opportunity, it's gone?
I think at the time, just an opportunity gone, if I'm brutally honest.
Yeah.
Like, because I was like, I used to go and watch, like, obviously Matt Murray and stuff, and like, I was in the South Bank and watching everyone, and I was like, probably gutted from it. But then, yeah, like you say, it must give you hunger. Even though I was a young kid, it must give you hunger to carry on and continue. Because I mean, you were still here today, we're still cracking on.
Yeah,
mate, so.
Exactly. Or you'd have watched some keepers come through at Wolves as well.
Yeah,
by the
like
way.
Wayne Hennessy, all that, like
Yeah, Carla Keeme. Yeah. They had some absolute colossal
man mountains.
Men, didn't they?
Yeah.
Like I remember
big units.
They were just massive units. They were good goalies as well, but
they're still big units now.
So then, obviously, joining Walsall must have been, obviously, you've born locally, like you said, and joining the club must have been a great little transition for you from going away from your mates, but then starting to take it a bit more seriously.
Yeah, absolutely. So, like, now you come into like 15, 16, where you come into like your scholarship time, and you know your mates are going out on a Friday, like, oh, you coming out on the park, you coming out for a drink, or you coming out doing this. I'm like, actually, I've got a game tomorrow. And you go, like, you look back at it now and you think it's probably the best thing that ever happened to me.
Yeah.
Because if I'd have got stuck in that, like my school friends now, if I see them, they're like, I wish I'd have stuck at it. And I'm like, I couldn't live with that regret.
Of course,
it would eat me up alive. So it's like, for me now, like, it's it was the perfect thing for me. Like, football then was like, right, crack on, get your head down. I'm actually all right at it. I'm quite good at it. Let's see how far we can take it. So and then that was it from there. Then just cracked on, enjoyed it, and now still here now. Yeah.
So obviously being at Walsall, doing your scholarship there, it's a difficult place anyway to break in. Even looking back at, like, when I was doing my research and stuff, some of the goalkeepers that you've worked with there,
incredible,
to try and get an opportunity.
Yeah.
But before you do get an opportunity, you had a massive tragedy in the family.
Yeah. So my kind of backstory is, so when I turned 16, so my first year scholar, my dad dropped me off at the ground to watch the first team play, and then drove home and was in a car crash, and I found out at the game. I got dropped back home. They did all the scans, everything was completely fine, and then he just had a real stiff neck, real stiff back. On the Thursday, so like 5 days later, died at home while I was at training. Just a blood clot travelled up into his brain and just killed him in his sleep. Bless him.
That's crazy.
It's mental, yeah. So I was 16 at the time. My sister was 11, and yeah, it was just a massive, massive shock, because you go from like, oh, he's in a car crash, and then you go, actually, he's all right now. And then you go, oh my God, he's not here anymore. And you're like, where do I go from here? And then, like, so for me, it was a real tough time. I used to victimise it for years. Like, I've used it in my personal life and stuff. And I'm like, like even like people, you like will be like, oh yeah, I had this today, and you'd like selfishly you go, oh, it's not as bad as me.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
Just sit there, and I've been there, mate. I've been there where I've been depressed, and I've had bad problems with alcohol at that. Even at that time, I was 17, just coming to your decision. So it's
a confusing
7-8 months
period anyway at that age.
And you go, like, people like come up to you and go, right, I need to be the man of the house. So you can't show anyone emotion. You're not allowed to. You're like, right, my mum and sister are upset. Right, I'm the man of the house now. I've got to step up now. I'm the man of the house, and you can't show anyone. And then you just go to your room and you just completely break down.
Yep.
And like, I used it for years. Like, I must have subconsciously just used it for years and gone, like, used it as a victim. Like, I can't help anyone. I can't do anyone.
Yep.
Like, I'm so selfish with it. But for me now, I'm an open book, and I've come through it the other side. I love every day. Like, just waking up, and it sounds stupid, just waking up is brilliant.
Yeah.
Like, and I will go in every day to football like it's my last day.
Yeah.
Because you don't know when it is.
Do you think that drives you on then more every day to get better, to improve?
Absolutely.
Like,
So my mum told me a story as well that, so obviously back in the day, the football money was nowhere near what it was now. My dad turned down a chance to play football because the job he had paid more money.
Yep.
To support me and my mum growing up, like, so like for me playing football now,
so
I'm
the sacrifices that he gave up, I'm
almost living a legacy, if that makes sense. But like, I don't feel it as pressure. Like, every game I play, I will take everything.
Yeah,
it's so good. Like, it's such a good sport. We're so like privileged to be in it.
Yep.
And like, from where I've come to where I'm now, I'm really proud of it.
Yep.
And like the same for you, you've got like the missus and you've got like your kids and that, and that's your support group. Same as my wife. Like, she knows, like, if I've had a bad day at training, she'll be like, oh, you've had a bad day.
Yeah.
And I'll be like, yeah. She'll be like, right, we'll go food shopping. And you're like, oh, right, sound, I've got to switch out of it.
Back to normality.
Yeah. So like, you just kind of have to switch out of it. Like, you know, you're going to make mistakes in life, you're going to make mistakes in football, but it's not the be all and end all.
Did you use football then as your therapy?
Yeah, literally, that was it. So football for me was like, I can get my aggression out here.
Yes.
Like my aggression, and subconsciously you go like, I'm going to be unbelievable today.
Yeah.
And like, you're happy, smiling. That's when people say you don't know what's behind the smile. Because at football, I'd be like the loudest man, like laughing and joking. And I'd go home and I'd be like, just in bits.
In bits, yeah. You could break down.
Break down, yeah. Absolutely. So
That's
like,
incredible, though. But then you could use that as, like you're saying, to just let your anger out, your frustrations out. You could go out on that pitch. And
Yeah.
I bet you at that period then, when you was training, you would stay out for ages because you didn't want to face
hours. I'd be out there.
what was happening at home.
I'd be out there all day if I could.
Yeah.
Like, just because I just didn't want to go home. And I mean, I've already spoken to my mum and sister about this. They know all this. And, you know, they were like, oh, we're sorry that we didn't notice it. And I was like, I'm not being disrespectful. I was never going to show you it.
No, of course, because of there's the added pressure of, like you're saying, people telling you've got to be the man of the house.
Absolutely.
You need to step up now, and all these sort of connotations that people throw at you. But it's hard to, at 16, to go, yeah, I can do all that. I can shoulder that when I've had no responsibility ever before.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. Like, and then you go like, and then you make a decision and you go, oh, what would your dad think of that? And then you're just back to square one again. You're like, it's been 5 years now, I've just gone back to square one. And you're like, I shouldn't feel like this. And you're like, it's all right to be upset sometimes. Like, but it's not the be all and end all.
Oh, I bet you're a great goalie to work with, by the way. Just because, especially for like the younger goalkeepers, when they're going through a little trouble period,
anywhere
you literally must be able to just pull them aside and go, shut up.
Yeah.
This is what's happened to me.
Yeah.
Is your day that bad?
Yeah, literally 100%. Like, I am an open book. Like, anywhere I sign, anyone I speak to, like, listen, like, you've got any problems with anything, come talk to me. Because I guarantee I've either been there or I've even been past where you are.
Yeah.
So if I can stop someone from getting to where I was, I feel way better doing that.
Yeah.
I don't want anyone to be where I was. If I can nip it in the bud for them as quick as I can, or even help, like, my phone's on 24/7, I'm here. Like,
do you think football's changed a lot, obviously, in that regard? Because when that happened at that period,
I wouldn't speak to anyone.
You wouldn't have spoke to anyone. No. You wouldn't have asked for help.
Absolutely not.
But obviously, there's a lot more support group now through the football clubs and the PFA and HR, and
absolutely,
there's a lot more open.
There's
now.
so much more in place, like, and there's not as much. There's not as much judgment as well.
Yep.
Like, you think as a kid, like a young kid, like you're only a young kid, you're not supposed to be upset.
Yeah.
And you're like, well, this is what they've gone through, and you know, there'll be kids and there'll be lads in football now that have gone probably through worse things than me, and they've probably gone through it a different way as well. Like, they may have been completely fine, but like I said, if I can give them my experience in life and anything towards it, then you know, hopefully I can help them out. At the end of the day, that's the reason we're all here, isn't it? You know, football, exactly. Like, we're in a team. Like, you know, okay, there's selfish connotations to it, but we're in a team at the end of the day. You know, if you can help him be better on the pitch, where everyone's a winner, really, aren't they?
Yeah, it's incredibly inspiring as well, though.
Yeah, like I look at it now and I just think, like, I'm just me.
Yeah.
But like, even like my wife and that, and like anyone around me, like, you've done so well to get there. I don't like the praise, like, because I've just done it. I'm like, yeah, I'm here now. Like, and
you've lived through it, where other people from the outside can judge you on it.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that's exactly it. And I'm like, I don't need that. Like, it's just me. Like, I've done it, and if I can help you, if I can help anyone, then I'm always here.
Right, let's go back to the Walsall period, because obviously dealing with what you had to deal with and still try and be the best that you can be and break through at that age is the most difficult thing in the world anyway.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
So there must have been a lot of resentment, but obviously your own desire to prove people wrong. Did the club know fully everything?
Yes. Yeah, to go back to it just quickly. So when I was training, the police kind of turned up so we used to train at the ground, like on the Astro at the back. Yeah. So the police turned up at the ground. The youth team manager called me in. Actually, I was already in the car on the way home. The youth team manager called me and said, "Oh, you need to come back to the ground. The police are there." So I'm scrambling in the car thinking, what have I done wrong? And then obviously they told me there. It was Neil Woods at the time. Yeah. Was the gaffer. And yeah, he just hugged me and I just broke down. And then they took me home. So that was the story of that. And then going to the loans and stuff. Just the amount of unbelievable goalies they've had, like, at the time, I was like, I knew I wasn't going to play. And obviously having Neil Cutler as well at the time, he was like, listen, you need to go and play games. Yeah. Because that's what's probably, as a young lad, that's what's going to get you another contract. Yep. Do you know what I mean?
Having that experience and show that you can go out and do it.
I think I've been at every leave as well. Like, for me, it was like, right, I'm not going to get a game here. Where can I go and be the best in football? Yep. And I don't know how many leagues I've played, but I've got
a list of a few of your clubs here. It's class.
There's been a few. But like, it just hardens you again. Yeah. Like, even the stupid things of the pitches, like from me to you away, and someone screaming at your face constantly.
Yep.
You don't get that on under 21s game.
No, you don't know.
Like, and like it just hardens you again, and like full on men that have just been to work coming back and they've had an absolute rubbish day and they're just going to come in and clatter you because they've
but
just
also
had a bad day at work.
that bit of appearance money or their goal bonuses, it really matters in their lifestyle.
100%.
So like you actually learn the value of money from going up on loan, which 100%. You don't realise at the time you're
Absolutely, that's what I mean. And you're still a young kid anyway, so you still. Luckily I was still living at home, so I wasn't paying anything.
Yeah.
And the lads are coming in and they're like, right, I need this money.
Yep.
I need this money so that we can get through. And you're like, I didn't realise real life was like that.
Yep.
So then you go like, right, okay, I need to play well for him then. It's incredible.
Yeah. So then obviously, I'm going to go through your loan clubs here.
Go on.
Romulus.
Yes.
Rushall Olympic.
Yeah.
Rainworth Miners Welfare.
Yeah.
Southport.
Yeah.
Greasley twice. Is Gresley?
Yeah. Gresley.
Gresley.
Yeah.
Rugby Town and Chester.
Yeah.
And then obviously that's the loan system. So instead of playing youth team football, were you just going, I'll go out on loan at like 17, 18?
Yeah, because like when I was like at that age as well, like there wasn't really an under 21s like kind of system.
It's a weird transition period.
Yeah, so like it was just reserve games and you might get one game a month.
Yep.
And you're like, right, well, I'm not going to be match sharp if I play one game a month, or I'm not going to get noticed to get a new deal if one game a month again. So It's like, it also in a backwards way, it gets you out the club, so you're not around as often.
Yeah.
In a backwards way, so they're like, oh, he's actually a good person as well.
Yeah.
To be around the group, and you know, you go out and play well. They're like, we need to bring him back. He's vital to the group. He's doing well. We need to bring him in. So it's like,
because you can pass on that bit of experience as well to the other young ones
that's
around.
Exactly, yeah. And like your personality in the team, it's a massive thing. Like you know yourself, like now with Wrexham, like being a good person within a team is massive. Like if you can control your controllables, if you're not in the team, like what's the point in talking and smashing balls away? Because everyone talks.
Yep.
Do you know, in football everyone talks.
Yep.
And it just kills you at the end of the day. So you might as well be a good person to the people who are in. Because if they do well, then in a backwards way, you do well.
Yeah, exactly. Everyone benefits. If you're in a team that's doing well or is successful, everyone will benefit. But 100%. If you're in a team that's losing or poisonous and
toxic, absolutely.
It drags you down as well. If you buy into that, or if you're on board with that or part of it. I've always found that you always have to try and separate yourself away from that sort of energy and people, and then just go, well, this is who I am. This is how I see my career, my pathway, who I can help, and you pick up certain things along the way, and you're like, that's
absolutely. And like I said, like the gaffer at Millwall wouldn't have a bad egg.
Yep.
If you're a bad egg, you'd be gone already. So there's a great group there already. It's just like integrating and being the best person you can be.
Yeah.
Whether you're in a team or out.
So every time you came back from a loan, then was you treated differently by the staff, especially? Was you starting to see yourself more as a first team figure, or more as a man, a leader within your own age group?
That's exactly it. Yeah, I think I had to. It's end of the day for the young lads. It's quite hard once you haven't got a CV with games. It's hard to get games. Yeah. So like a lot of lads want to go out on loan, but they can't get them. Like I was quite fortunate that I think I had to drop down quite a few steps to begin with.
Yep.
Get a bit of an experience there, and then go, right, he's been at this team last year, did all right, he can step up to this league. And then you keep going, and then you get experience of that, and then you're also picking up the tempo of the leagues and how they play and how they want you to play.
Winning mentality as well.
Yeah, that's exactly it. That's a massive thing as well. Like, you don't get that in reserve football. It's like, oh, okay, you just need minutes.
Yep. And then it's about playing a certain style instead of how to win a game, or like you're saying, that feeling of coming for a cross in the last minute.
Yeah,
like
absolutely.
That in a game that you're trying to win compared to an under 23 game that doesn't actually matter. Yeah. It's not the same.
Yeah, and like even the lads' reactions different. Like in a reserve game, they're like, "Oh, well done!" Like lads are coming up to you, like shaking you, like smacking you, like brilliant, well done.
Yep.
You just saved us there. Like you just get that endorphins again. You're like,
that's it. Yeah.
That's what I mean. Like I don't think you can ever replicate
it's
that.
A drug,
that winning.
It's that drug.
It's incredible, that winning feeling. Like it's just unbeatable.
So then, staying with Walsall for the time being, trying to break through, you had Richard O'Donnell to compete with.
What guy? Yeah,
Neil Etheridge.
Yeah.
Craig McGilvery.
Yeah.
So like you're competing with some of League One's best goalkeepers.
Yeah, 100%.
At that time.
Yeah, and Sam Johnston. Stan Johnston was there, like his first one. Yeah. So like I'd had unbelievable goals in front of me. So it was like it was also good as well in a backwards way, because I was there and around them. Yeah. I could see how they work rate, their tempo, how they conduct themselves day in, day out. Like they're good like people to look at, and they've played in the Champ. They've all played like League One, League Two. They've had like unbelievable careers.
Yep.
So like to look at them as well and be put in the same category of them is quite a nice feeling as well, to be brutally honest.
Did you find, obviously looking up to goalkeepers like that and their attributes, but with the motivation of like obviously what happened with your dad, as like, I'll get there because I've got this.
Yeah,
like,
I've just got that burning desire.
Yeah.
I'm like, I've just got that little bit of edge that's going like, you can't have a day off here.
Yeah.
You can't, right, you've got to go again.
Yeah.
Go again. You keep going.
In a way, do you use that as like your edge, your motivation
100%.
to drive yourself?
And like there's days where, you know, you'll have double sessions like pre-season and you're absolutely in bits, can't get out of bed. And my drive is like, right, I'm living a legacy here.
Yeah.
It's
That's an
like,
incredible way to look at it.
Yeah, I look at it that way because I think I've looked at it so bad for years that now it's like there's no pressure on it. Like I'm literally living the dream.
Yep.
Like so, like for me, I'll get up and I'll just go in and I will be exactly the same as I was the day before. It's not a shielding thing. It's just because I'm like, right, what else have I got?
Did you have along your career, even like at any point, did you have like a eureka moment where you was like, this is who I am?
Like I don't know if it was such a moment. I think I just gradually got the knowledge myself over time.
Because you know, like you're saying, like obviously you had like the demons and like the drinking problem, and well, not drinking problem, but like you turned to stuff like that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Was there a moment in your career that you went, this is how I need to be?
So like my first year pro was kind of like I got 6 months.
Yeah.
So I didn't get a year. Like usually lads get a year or they'll get like a long longevity one, and I was the only one out of I think there was 6 of the lads at the time that got 6 months. And I was like, right, this is my time where I go, I'm at it. No matter what happens, you're going to give this 6 months your all.
Yep.
Like, you're going to stop that. You're going to stop doing this. You're going to go out. And from that end of that year, gym every day, fitness. And I think I got my last, like, kind of 6 months of that year, I think about October time.
Oh, right. So you smashed through it.
So I just went through a brick wall with it, basically.
Yeah.
And like from then I was like, okay, this is kind of who I am. This is the persona I've
You'd
got.
also set your level then as well.
That's exactly it, yeah. And I was like, right, I'm just going to keep going and keep going.
Amazing, yeah.
And then even after that year, I got released from Walsall.
Yeah.
So I got, so like they were like, listen, there's nothing here from you. And I was like, okay, great. Like, what am I going to do now? And then I went into Oxford with Brownie. Yeah. Was doing well there. I was going to get offered something there, and I was on the way down on the motorway, and Dean Smith rang me and said, look, listen, like, we've had a U-turn. Like, we need you in the building, basically.
Yep.
And I was like, okay, so I literally did a U-turn on the motorway, went up, signed.
Was this during pre-season as well then?
So yeah, they've started back, yeah. So they've started back, yeah.
And then they've went, Sack's missing here. Like,
yeah.
We forgot to sign someone. There's
sure someone that was supposed to be and hasn't turned up, yeah. Nah, but then, so then that was it. So yeah, again, that was another thing. I was like, right, okay, you wanted to get rid of me. Now I'm here to prove that.
And then break in and
absolutely.
You fully established yourself kind of after that, didn't you? Like really started to...
So I made my debut at 21
yep.
Against Millwall, funnily enough. And then the year after, that's when I went back on loan and I was like, okay, I made my debut now. I thought I'd be involved, but then I went to Chester and then did well while I was there. And then the year after, there was me and Mark Gillespie.
Yep.
And then that's when I kind of just got in there.
Good
I know, yeah, incredible. And I kind of broke in the team there at that point, that year. So
then made yourself the mainstay that you were.
Yeah, that's it, yeah. And then obviously moved to Northampton. And then I think before that was obviously COVID and things like that.
Yep.
I don't know what it was. Like, I don't know if, I mean, it's in the nicest way possible. You can never get comfortable in football.
Yeah.
But I think I kind of did in a subconscious way. Like, you know everyone's name.
Yep.
You've been there years. You're like, it's just kind of just a feature there. And I was making like errors in games. I'm like, I'll never make errors like that. I've never been like that. And I was like, do I need a fresh start? Do I need to get out? And then the opportunity obviously at Northampton came up and I was like, do I, don't I? I'm quite settled here. So, but then I went for it and I was like, I'm not sure this is the right thing. But you also you've got to impress again in a backwards way.
Yep.
Like I said, you go into a new team where everyone doesn't know you. And I weren't going in as there was obviously me and Johnny Maxted at the time. Yep. I wasn't going in as a number one.
Going to compete, yeah.
Compete because obviously I'd finished the season like inconsistent.
Yep.
So I was like, all right, I need to prove myself here again. So then I just had a kick on from there, and then that year was unbelievable.
Yeah.
So for me that was another one where I was like, I need to go again here.
Yeah.
So like you kind of get off your heels and you go, right, I'm full 2-footing straight into this
Have a
now.
go
Go
at
straight
this.
over. Yeah, absolutely.
Right, before we get into Northampton, I'm going to do a little quiz with you. Huge shout out to Forged Irish Stout for being part of this podcast. Listen to that beauty. An unbelievably smooth, creamy stout by Conor McGregor, the UFC legend. Not here to take part, but here to take over. Forged Irish Stout is on a mission to become the biggest Irish stout. Conor McGregor has taken over the whiskey game. Now he's about to take over the stout game. Me and my guests will be enjoying a few cans in the next few episodes. If you fancy checking it out too, make sure you hit the description below and find out where you can get Forged Irish Stout. Let's get back to the podcast. So I'm just going to do a higher or lower Premier League appearances for goalkeepers.
Okay.
To test your knowledge a little bit. Right, so Pepe Reina made 297 Premier League games.
Okay.
Played 297 games. Do you think higher or lower Jordan Pickford for appearances?
Just in the Premier League only?
Premier League only.
Higher.
He's played 7 less. He's played 290 Premier League games.
He's close then.
Yeah,
Depends.
very
It
close.
just depends when this goes out.
Yeah, it could be. Yeah. There's been a delay on this pod by 7 weeks. Right, higher or lower than 290, Shay Given.
Oh, he was around for years, wasn't he? Lower.
Higher,
Is he?
450.
Is he?
450 in the Premier League.
Wowzers.
Was at Newcastle for some time and then City as well, weren't he?
That's poor knowledge from me.
Higher or lower, Mark Schwarzer than 450. Middlesbrough legend.
Yeah, I know. I love him.
I
up
bet you
there,
get
don't
reminded a bit about
I?
that.
Yeah, they love him up there. Weird story as well. He came into Northampton one of the days. Obviously, John Brady's Australian, isn't he?
Oh,
I
yeah.
just stared at him for ages. Like,
Schwarzer,
class. What a guy.
beautiful human being
Yeah,
as well.
what a guy.
What a goalkeeper he was.
No. Right, back to it. 450.
So
one.
higher than 450 or
I wanna
higher
say-
or lower than 450?
I want to say low.
Higher again.
Again?
514.
You're going to have to stop this podcast going out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Shambles. Goalie's going to be hating me.
Come on then. Right. Higher or lower, Tim Howard.
Higher.
Lower.
No, oh my God. No, you're gonna have to not put it out.
This is brilliant. Tim Howard with 399 Premier League games.
I mean, you look at all them as well. How many games?
Incredible.
So
That-
good.
That
Like,
longevity,
incredible.
incredible. Right, and then last one, higher or lower, David James.
I've got to get one right, and
Surely.
I swear to God.
I feel like telling you.
I know. Literally, yeah, you're going to have to. Give me a clue.
Higher or lower than 399 Premier League games?
Lower.
Higher.
What?
The highest,
Ever.
yeah.
Wow. Well played.
572 Premier League
Well
games.
played.
It's unreal. But he did it for so many teams as well.
That's what I mean.
And then
He had injuries as well.
for long as well, though. He played till he was 41. Some
It's
keeper.
incredible, that. Right, we're going to have to get rid of that. That's
No,
not-
I like that.
Yeah, nice.
I like it when you get them
Sweet,
wrong.
Nice.
Right, so yeah, going to Northampton, obviously, like you said, proving yourself against Johnny Maxted, but you end up being an ever-present and collected a couple of awards that year as well.
Yeah.
See, self-accolades it's not something that you go out and strive for,
No.
but when you do get them, it makes you realise the season you've probably had.
Absolutely.
And obviously that's in the past, so then that's needs to drive you on. So
Absolutely.
played 46 games for Northampton, kept 20 clean sheets. You got Player of the Year. You was in PFA Team of the Year and the EFL Golden Glove.
It's not bad, is it?
It's not a bad season.
It's not bad.
It's not bad for you saying I wanted to go out and prove myself.
Yeah, that's what I mean. And I only signed a year as well.
Yep.
So I was like, I was like, it was make or break for my
Yep.
career, really.
Do you think that? I don't mean this like long term, and
No,
I don't
no,
want clubs to
no,
offer you 1 year deals going forward. But do you find that you've got something more to prove when you haven't got that longer contract or that comfortability?
I just find that I like proving people wrong
Yep.
in the nicest way possible. Like, I like being that kind of underdog.
Yep.
Because you almost get mistaken for weakness
Yep.
when it's not. Because then when you get through, your drive then is to go right.
Hunger
Yeah.
and desire goes a long way, doesn't it?
100%, yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. And that's all I've ever strived to have in my career.
Yep.
Like, I've never been the best at anything. But like, for me, I will work as much as I possibly can until my body breaks down.
Yep.
And I think that's helped me massively throughout my career.
Yeah.
Just going in every day and just giving it like it's my last, because like you say, you don't know when it is. So I can't have a day where I'm half-hearted. Like,
Yeah.
I've always said, like, if you don't want me to do it fully, do not let me on the pitch.
Mate, I've got this same saying with every goalkeeper coach for the last 10 years I've worked with. I'm in to work or don't bring me in.
Absolutely.
So like these cool down days, second day recoveries where a goalie comes out and does 10 volleys and then walks in, it's never been me. I will go out and train fully.
Absolutely.
Or just don't bring me in.
Absolutely, yeah. Like, and then I'll just be twiddling my thumbs watching and thinking, I want to go out now.
Yep.
It's so hard to switch off that mindset of going like, there's days where you do have to look after yourself, but like, someone has to tell me to do that. Like, I'm never going to go like, right, I'm going to stop now.
Yep.
Just have to keep going and keep going.
Obviously, looking at what you achieved that year at Northampton, it's like you went, this is me, I'm going to go out and prove it now that like, I've done it at Walsall and I've obviously learnt my lessons on the way with loans and stuff like that. But like, you was like, I'm really going to go out and establish myself. And obviously, you had an unbelievable season. I remember seeing, obviously, even that summer after that, and you were out of contract and you was getting linked with loads of clubs, and it was all fully deserved after the season that you had. Was you then just thinking, obviously Northampton, I think, tried to keep you, but you had loads of options, didn't you?
I wouldn't say I had a lot of options. There was loads of rumours knocking around and stuff.
I was guilty of reading the rumours.
I know, but like, even I was, to be fair, not because like it was getting to a point where it was just coming to start pre-season. I still wasn't kind of sorted, and you know when you get that little twitchy time where you're like, oh, I'm going to get something sorted. I'm not going to get sorted. And we were still on holiday, so me and the wife were still on holiday, and I just got a phone call on the beach. Like, obviously, Matt Murray rang me. He was like, "Oh, we're interested." And I dropped the phone, and he was like, I could just hear him going, "Hello, hello, hello," and I'm like, "Did you just say Middlesbrough?" And he was like, "Yeah." And I was like, "Right, get it sorted." Within 2 hours, it was done, literally done on the beach, and then
didn't fly home early to make sure it was done.
Do you know what I even like said to
considered
him?
It.
I was like, "I had Scarlett, right, we're on Sky Scanner, we're gonna have to go home here."
Yeah.
But no, it was it just come out of nowhere. Like, I didn't even see links with it, didn't see anything. In a couple of hours it was done, and I was like, right, I think they started back on the Friday, and I was still away till like the Sunday. I was like, do I need to fly back? And we look at Sky Scanner, and they were like, it's fine, no problem, just get yourself in.
Goalies don't need pre-season anyway.
Oh, no. I'm not a bad runner, to be fair, neither, so it's all right.
I never used to be as well. I used to love it. I used to love proving people wrong. I think
just finishing in front of the lads is brilliant.
A lot of goalkeepers are one extreme or the other. We're either terrible at running or we hate the people that call us terrible at running. So then we prove people wrong. So yeah,
absolutely.
Are you like that then? Yeah,
100%. I'm exactly the same, mate. I can't not like. I'm thinking, right, if he's struggling at the back, I'm going to beat him no matter what.
Yeah,
I've been like that. Like, you always try and beat someone in your head, don't you? That drive and that desire.
It's the shout that comes out before the bleep test. That all outfield players must beat the goalies, and you're like, I'm going to be an absolute dick to these.
100%, and they hate you for a couple of days, but it's not too bad.
They're literally like looking along the line, going, "Fuck off, Robbo," aren't they? I know that feeling. It's class.
They're not even looking; they're even shouting it. Will you drop out?
Yeah,
get out of here.
Manager's buzzing. Absolutely, that's one of the best feelings. Obviously, it's a huge move. Obviously, in levels as well, but big move north. Must have been a bit of a whirlwind couple of weeks. That
it was crazy, absolutely crazy. Like, especially when like you're just on holiday and you didn't really know where you're kind of going as well, and you go like, they just ring and you're like, this is incredible. Yeah. And like you turn up to the training ground and they've got like security on the gate, and you're like honestly, like little things like that. When I turned up, like indoor dome, I was like, incredible. Like, it was so surreal. And then like me and Scarlett, we kind of like, right, we went up at the same time. We were like, oh, we'll go and look at the riverside. And like, you just come over like the little bridge and you look at it and you're like, this is incredible.
Proper stadium, isn't it?
It's insane. It's so good.
Yeah. I'd have been looking at the golf course at the training ground.
Yeah, it's good. To be fair, I lived on that.
Did you live on that bit? Yeah, loads of lads. That's where they moved to first of all, wasn't it?
It's real good, yeah. So to be fair, I lived in Yarm.
Yep.
So I lived in Yarm for the first year, and then we moved to there the second year. Like, a few of the lads, it's kind of like its own little community. There's like 20 houses, so there's like a few of the lads and their wives and that live there. So everyone's around there. But I'm a shambles at golf anyway, so that it didn't get used by me, believe me.
Oh right, fair enough. Yeah.
I'm just there just for the walk around.
Yeah. But obviously, like the whole setup as a club is amazing. Obviously, like you're saying, the stadium is incredible. Training grounds immense, isn't it? Yeah. And then, like you're saying, the players themselves, there is their own little community. I'm friends with Mark Bowler.
Yeah.
So like, and he would say the same sort of stuff that like on days off, like there would always be like a group of people getting together, and you think it's one of those clubs that have produced so many good players of the past that it's almost kind of got stuck in the middle a little bit.
Absolutely,
at the moment.
Yeah, absolutely. You know that, like, And like you're saying, like with the community, like you know yourself with football, like if your wives and your missus are getting on as well, it's half the battle.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Round there isn't really anything apart from yourselves.
Yeah.
So you kind of like have to in the back, you're kind of forced to, and it also brings you together like away from the club and on the pitch.
Yeah, yeah.
So like up there, it was like because there's nowhere to go. You're like, right, do you want to do something? Do you want to do this? And like I say, it just brings everyone together.
Obviously, that period for you, you'd have loved to have played more games for Borough, but then end up going out on loan to Barnsley and playing loads of games. So it's funny how, especially as goalkeeping. So I don't know if I've said it on here before, but my old man used to say to me, it was like, there's only like 72 positions up for grabs every week. So there's 600 professional goalkeepers in England.
Incredible.
How are you meant to work those numbers and establish yourself? So for any goalkeeper that plays any amount of games is a huge achievement.
Absolutely.
But that's what drives us all, is we want to be one of those 72.
Absolutely. You know, when you see the match day sheets, you want to be your name on the end of the day.
Yeah.
But like you say, like sometimes it's just out of your control.
Yep.
And the quicker you can get your head around that, the better you'll be for it.
Yep.
Like I'm not in control if I get picked for the weekend. But
Yep.
I'll do everything I possibly can to be
in contention.
Absolutely.
For that. Yeah.
Am I going to be disappointed? Absolutely.
Yep.
But I won't show it.
Yep.
I'll just keep doing the same things, keep driving. What can I get the 1% to be better, and just keep going from there.
Yep.
Because when you do get your chance, you're mentally going to be ready. It's not going to be a shock. You'll be like, I've worked hard to do this. I deserve to be here.
Yep.
So you can go out and enjoy it then.
But then even like you're then ready for any opportunity that comes up. So like I was saying, the Barnsley loan comes up, you're ready because you're bang at it.
Yeah, absolutely.
So whether it's for your current club or another club that you don't know who could be, it's one phone call away.
Literally one phone call away. Same as like Barnsley. Like, obviously with Borough it just didn't happen. I was like at 20, what was I then? 28. Do I want to be number 3 now? Is it too early to be a number 3? So I was like, right, see what the plan is.
Still more
like
games to be played, aren't there?
Absolutely, yeah, absolutely. And then obviously Barnsley coming in, I was like, right, let's go for it, let's do it.
Yeah.
Again, it was League One, but at the end of the day, playing football. Yep. It's the only thing you can do is play football.
Yep.
And I think I still got that from when I was a kid. Like, you just love playing football. It doesn't matter where it is.
Yep.
You just love the game. Like the desire to go and win, you can't beat it.
Yep.
So yes, I went to Barnsley again, and then it was a good season. Then just a little bit inconsistent towards the end of it.
Yeah.
If I'm brutally honest.
Yep.
But yeah, I had that crazy little finger, didn't I?
Yeah, go on, talk to me about this finger.
So we played.
It's an absolute brutal finger.
Yeah,
Can you actually just put that on a close up there? Look, Rob, can it? Is that in focus? Because it's disgusting.
It's horrendous. That's it reconstructed as well.
Everyone go to YouTube and check out this finger. it's not far away from being Rob Green's wonky finger.
Yeah, I think if he had his reconstructed, his would look the same.
Yeah, would it? Yeah. So how did you do this?
So we were talking about like mental injuries. Yeah. So who were we playing? We were playing Exeter away.
Yeah.
I caught a high volley in a warm up just above my head. I thought, that's a bit sharp. That. I thought, it's a bit tender. Played the game. We had international break on that Saturday. I trained for the 5 days that week, and I was like, it's still a bit sore, can't really bend it. And then I went in on.
You're probably taping this up at the same time.
Yeah, just taping it. Yeah, because do you know like when you just pop a finger? It's a bit tender for a few days, it'd be all right.
Yeah.
So I'm diving around and stuff. And then we had the Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and then we came in on the Monday, and I was like, it's still not right. Went to the physio, like, you probably need a scan on it because there's quite a bit of swelling. I fractured and dislocated the same joint, so I had to have it like it pinned, so I pinned through. Like, I did put it replaced. Horrible one to listen to, but I was still awake for it.
Yeah.
So I could see the guy like.
Yeah, you're yanking it. Yeah.
Yeah, basically. Yeah. So
they pull it about, don't they?
Literally. Yeah.
When I did my thumb, they're like pulling your arm.
Literally. They're like they jabbed me like in my like armpit on the top of my shoulder, and he was like, "Can you feel this?" And I was like, "No." And all I could feel was like my arm just being pulled away, like. And I was like, he was like, "I can't get it in, so we're gonna have to go surgery." So like I was literally awake, opened it up, and he's got like this big like metal chisel, like trying to pull the bone back over because it's already been 10 days since I've done it.
Nice,
Robbo. And then put the pin in because part of the bone had come out, and then that was 8 weeks.
8 weeks, and what? And then pin removed, or was
that was I think it was about 4 or 5 weeks. Yeah. And then the pin was removed, and then I could start trying to bend it again. But yeah,
there's not much bending that, is there?
No, it's done, mate. Yeah.
Do you still tape it now as a precaution?
Yes, absolutely, yeah. But so they kind of so I'll never straighten it, so
Yes.
it will never come back out.
Yes.
So like I don't need to.
It's fused now.
Yeah,
as
basically.
that.
Yeah. So like I won't have to do it again. But
Yeah.
I just tape it just because it.
Proper goalie finger, that.
Yeah.
If they told you not allowed to play the piano ever again, just 'cause that thing
Couldn't
would
anyway in the
just
first place. Yeah, it'd just be dead, wouldn't it?
be- a bit of wood on the end.
That's what it will be. Like shaking someone's hand with a talon, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Do career like that. But, nah, it'd be fine.
Goalie injuries are freak injuries. right?
Crazy, mate. Honestly.
So you did that at the back end of Barnsley then?
No, I did that in the November.
Oh, right, okay.
So I don't blow my own trumpet, but I started really, really well.
Yep.
And then that just done it, and then I was like kind of chasing that again.
Yep.
Did all right again, and then just went a bit inconsistent towards the season, like letting goals and not good enough. But then we kind of just fell off a little bit towards the end of the
Yep.
season.
I remember the season, yeah.
Yeah, so, but it's crazy. Done 3 playoffs in 3 years.
Yeah.
It's mental.
That's crazy, that. It's a horrible feeling as well, isn't it?
It's the worst feeling ever.
Yeah.
You get to the end of the season, like, right, we'll have a right go in, and you're like, momentum's such a big thing in
Yeah,
football. and
100% is, yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
But I had that year at Northampton where obviously Bristol Rovers won 7-0, didn't they?
Yeah.
That was,
Oh, yeah, that was that season, of course it was. Yeah, they beat Scunthorpe, didn't
yeah, that was unbelievable.
they? Yeah.
Just crazy. So we were like 3-1 up at Barrow. Fans are just partying, they're buzzing, and then like Barrow fans are just like end of the season, they're just chilling, like, and then it goes like 2-0, 3-0. They're starting to get a bit rowdy. Their fans, our fans are getting a bit quieter. Then it goes 5-0, 6-0, and like everyone on the sidelines like, we got to score, and we're like just headless chickens. You know, like end of the season where it's like 70 minutes.
Yeah.
You're just like just passing it around, just
Keeping the ball, yeah.
just keep the time. We're like headless chickens, mate. Honestly, we've
Just trying to get goals, yeah.
everything, yeah. Then I obviously got sent off, didn't I?
Yes.
Have you seen that?
Yeah, I have, yeah.
Our head was just completely gone.
Yeah.
Just like, how is this happening? How is it possible?
Yeah.
It was just crazy. Just
What was
crazy
the
half an hour.
feeling after that game then?
Do you know what? I got sent off and I didn't even think about it. I was like, we're like, how has it happened?
Yeah, yeah.
You're like-
I bet it didn't feel, obviously you're in a promotion race and you thought you were up at one point. I mean, it almost feels like you got relegated in the same game.
Honestly, it was mental. It was like literally the highs and lows of
Yep.
football. And obviously, that's a learning curve in itself, just to keep your head in them
Yeah.
in them times. But like, when you like get to that point, you're thinking, you're basically thinking we've done it, and
Yeah.
then they just come in and do it. Fair play to them. To be fair, at the end of the day, like
Yeah,
they got
still
the
got to go
result.
out and do it. Even if
100%, they
Scunthorpe have got a young,
100%.
weakened team,
It doesn't
you
even
still
matter.
got to do it. Yeah.
Absolutely, it doesn't even matter. They unbelievably well, and obviously buzzing for Belly as well. Like bless him. So
Oh yeah, he done it. Yeah, a great season as well.
yeah, really good. Yeah. So like, it was just literally that is football.
Yep. So how long? Your suspension was only one game though, weren't it?
Yeah. So I missed the first semi-final. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mansfield. Yeah.
Yeah.
Incredible.
Football is just mental for stuff like that. Right, let's go on to move into Millwall now. Obviously, you're competing now with Lucas Jensen. Like you said, you really enjoy him in the building and the club and that. It's like we're saying, competing with Lucas is a good goalkeeper as well. Big guy, big frame, stature.
Absolutely,
isn't he?
yeah. Absolutely, yeah. And obviously a few years younger than me as well, so we've got time to learn, time to progress. Like I've said most of the time on the podcast, you know, I'm in a position where I'm not starting and I can help if he needs me.
Yep.
Like as soon as he signed the door, I was like, listen, like you goal is a bit different, and it like there's one position and you're like
You have to have that understanding.
yeah, absolutely. Like
Only
you've got
one
to
of you can play.
absolutely. Like, and there's no point being like an idiot about it or smashing balls away because one, he's then not going to be able to train properly. Then he's not going to be able to perform properly. Like, okay, you may get a chance, but it's not the right way.
Yeah.
Like, the team's actually not benefiting from it.
Yep.
Whereas if you get a chance where you're both at it, you're both working hard, then you know you can kind of accept it that way.
Plus, he speaks like Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yeah, he does. Yeah,
He really does, doesn't he? I worked with him at Carlisle, and like, I was just saying this off air, but Lucas has got the ability to make one save that just
Incredible.
blows your mind.
Absolutely, yeah.
Obviously, when I was working with him, he was still learning the game and still like trying to find out who he was. But every now and then, he just produced one save, and he's like, "Oh my god!"
Yeah, he just gets a round of applause.
Yeah.
You just hear the goal, he's just giving a round of applause
Yeah.
every now. It's incredible.
What about your little the goalkeeper community at Millwall then, and the coaches, and obviously all goalkeeper. We are different. We work together for 45 minutes, an hour on our own, isolated, and we are all best mates. Like
Absolutely,
it's not often
yeah.
you find a goalie that's a knob.
No, you're right, absolutely. And if, like I said, even at Millwall, like even if the gaffer, if he spots that you are being that, you're by the wayside, you're done. So, no, the group's brilliant. So we've got obviously young George Evans as well. There's a few lads that are younger than that as well.
Yep.
Dylan, and then obviously Connell Truman,
Yep.
Lucas and me, and then obviously Andy Marshall.
Yeah,
He's
big
the
Marshall,
goalie coach,
yeah.
Hell of a guy. What
Is
a
he,
guy.
yeah.
So like real passion for the game still. Like you can tell that like, intensity and his desire when he's like training is brilliant. Like I feed off that as well. Like the real intensity to go and like be the best that you can be. It's perfect. It's perfect for me because like it feeds into
drives
my
you as
personality.
well, keeps you dry. Yeah,
absolutely. Like it feeds into my personality, and I think he kind of rubs off onto the lads as well.
Yeah,
but he kind of finds a really good balance of like being relaxed about it and. Like when you're working, you're working.
Yep.
So like we'll have a bit of a laugh and stuff in between the sets, but when you're working, you're at it.
Yep. Decent. Right. I want to talk a little bit of gloves with you then. Cool. Obviously, I've only ever known you being in Caliers and KAs. But yeah, now you've made a change to York Sport, haven't you?
Yeah. So I just give them a chance last year, and I'm really enjoying them. There's got so many different types. So when I like was looking around and stuff, I don't. I'm just trying to think. I'm sure I've seen one on there. There's like the ones with the speckles on.
Yes.
I just like the normal. Normal palm. They're nice, mate. To be fair.
Negative cut.
Yeah, a little negative cut. Like a bit of feel.
Standard glove, isn't it?
Yeah.
Class.
Just normal. Is it an old school glove? Would you say?
No, the old school glove.
They're quite roll fingers, aren't they? The old schools, yeah.
Roll fingers or flat palms. It used to be, and then now the negatives have come in. Yeah. You do have a lot more contact on the ball, though.
Yeah. So I think just a bit more feel, isn't it? Yeah. Obviously with my finger as well, it's indestructible. So right side's all right now.
Do you have a certain routine? Do you tape many fingers?
Just them. Where's the camera? Just them four there.
Yeah, nice.
Just them because they're the ones I've popped the most
before and that. Yeah,
absolutely. So that's literally my only thing that I do is just tape them. Like I've not got like superstitions or anything. It's just every day just strap them.
Just strap them up. Yeah. That little half-inch tape and just wrapping it around. It's class,
I'd love to know how many rolls I've used in my career.
Oh, I don't. I use. I do my outside fingers every day. I've always done that.
That's what I mean. So I'd imagine how many we've used.
Yeah, it'd be ridiculous.
It'd be stupid.
Yeah, it'd be a lot of tape. What do you look for in a pair of goalie gloves?
It's just the comfort. I think just like I like them to fit nice and tight. Like just a bit of comfort.
Just the confidence they give you, innit?
100%. Yeah, absolutely. Like for me with them, I just go into the goal knowing they're just going to help me out.
Yep.
Do you know what I mean? Like your hands are all right, but if you got something that's decent as well, they're really good.
York Sport have been around for so many years as well. I think my first ever pair of gloves was very similar to that. An old York Sport glove. They were the first to put latex on the straps. They were.
Incredible. That's what I'm saying. Like, and like when obviously they were like looking and stuff like that, I was like, can you turn it down? Like the pedigree and the history and the goalies that they've got, you're like, you can't. Like I was like to like my family, and I'm like, they're probably the third biggest company. Yep. You're like obviously Adidas, Nike. Yeah. And probably All Sport, really. Yeah.
There's like a little bracket there for like All Sport, Rouge, and Sales.
That's exactly
like,
that's what I mean.
There's like
absolutely little one there, but I was like,
York Sport's got an unbelievable history.
That's what I mean. It's incredible.
Yeah. Some of the best keepers in the world right now are wearing them, so you can't really argue.
I can't argue with that.
Yeah.
If I'm in the same bracket as them, we're doing all right.
Yeah, exactly. Do you have preferences on gloves though? Do you always like order the same glove if you're doing well in them, or will you go just whatever colours come in?
Yeah, I'm not particular like that. Like I said, like I just like the same kind of cut of glove, colours, and that I'm completely fine with. Yeah. I'm just a black boot guy though. That's the thing.
Yeah, I know. I don't know how you do this.
Lads aren't happy with it. No. Even the GK Union.
Yeah, I don't know how you do this. They look like school shoes. That's the only way I can resemble them.
We have to change them out. We have to change them out now.
Surely, even like for training, do you not?
No, they're all black. I got some like yellow vapes. Yeah. Lads were like cheering me onto the pitch with them. I wore them once and I was like, yeah, no, I don't like them. Just looking at when I strike the ball, I can just see this like fluorescent foot coming in. I'm like,
see, like I ask a lot of goalies this, but see, I always find that in like white gloves or white boots or coloured, you always feel like you've got a bit more of a spring in your step. You feel a bit lighter. I look down when I've worn black boots and I'm like,
heavy.
Feel heavy.
That's where I'm going wrong.
Yeah,
that's exactly where I'm going
heavy. But like we've got lads now, like even outfield players like Ryan Barnett and Paul Martin, like they only wear black boots, and you're like, you say to them, "You're gonna mix it," and they're like, "No, this is who I am." Yeah. Gary Neville.
Yeah, nah. I'm gonna have to change it. I have to step up, I think.
Yeah. A PFA boot voucher. Just get something. Just try something.
Yeah, I'll send my next pair to you. I'll send you a photo of them.
Yeah, nice. Yeah, get them on the pod. See, right, I'm geeky with stuff like this. Do you look after your gloves?
Absolutely.
Right, go on. Have you got your own routine?
Yeah. I don't know if you'd say geeky. So no washing machine. Yep. I shower myself in the shower.
Yep.
Absolutely, every day. I'll take them to the shower with me and shower them every day. don't really have like a glove cleaner. You got a glove cleaner as well?
I don't use glove cleaner.
Nice. No, so I'm just in the shower, just washing myself.
It's hot water.
Hot water in the shower with yourself. Stick them on the pegs, ready for tomorrow. A little bit damp.
Yeah.
Magic.
Yeah. Do you put them back in the bags or anything to keep the moisture in them?
Oh, that's a step. That's the next level. That.
I'll let them dry out naturally themselves, but as soon as they still retain that tackiness, I'll put them back in the plastic bags.
That's experience. That I'm gonna have to do that.
Yeah,
that's real
just
good.
Especially for you. You know, I hate putting gloves in the skip for away games.
No, I to be fair, I take mine myself because what I usually do is I'll wash them. If I've got a game, I'll wear them for part of the session on Friday, wash them, and then they'll still be damp. So I'll obviously have to take them up to my room and like just let them dry out naturally, ready for the game the next day. So usually 9 times out of 10, I've got them on me anyway. Yeah.
Yeah. No one's going to nick your black boots in the skip anyway.
Yeah,
so
I've got no chance. Yeah.
Yeah, see,
the bottom of the skip then.
Even like that, wearing them the day before a game, is that just to break them in so you know that they're ready and
absolutely? Yeah,
acclimatised?
because sometimes you get like a weird like film on the latex but like that's what I mean. Like even like that, like sometimes you'll do like one set of volleys, you're like they're sound, or you'll have to do a full session. It's like where do you get that fine balance?
I think that more depends on the conditions. You always find that certain gloves adjust different to like wet, dry. Bloody snow is the worst in the world to catch a football with.
Have you tried the Vaseline yet?
Yes.
That's
thoughts on it?
I don't mind it.
Yeah, me neither.
I don't mind it at all.
It ruins everybody else's gloves.
Absolutely shatters.
I've done it quite a lot in the past, and you see a lot more and more goalkeepers trying it now.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
But it's when you see the younger younger kids that are struggling to get gloves as much as like a first team player, and you're like, this could kill your gloves here.
Yeah, you're struggling, bless you.
Yeah. I pile all my gloves up and I give them all to like the kids and that to try and train in. But like, don't help, I'm a size 11 and they're always like a size 8. Just see some of the kids.
It's got spades on their hands.
Yeah, literally. So you've got no superstitions?
Nothing, no.
Yeah.
Do you know, I always
I bet you've got rituals though, that you have to do things when you walk out, your warm-ups are the same or?
No? I'm not, no. To be fair, my only thing that I would do is a stretching routine over the night before a game.
Oh, okay.
That's the only thing that I would do, like in hotel room or at home. I'd do the exact same thing. Apart from that, no, because I always thought I can't control, like, you know how lads are like, they have to eat certain things and stuff?
Yep.
If I'm at a hotel, I can't control that.
Yep.
So I'm already thinking negative about, I'm coming to a game and I'm going, I haven't ate that right thing, or, have I put my shin pad on the right, is it gone on the right time? Have I laced my right feet at the right time? It's like, I just take away all those variables, personally for me.
Yeah.
And then just go out and just do what you need to do, really.
Like I was saying before, with the trauma that happened in your family, it's a bit hard to say I need to put my left shin pad on before my right.
That's exactly and it's like, and then like you go outside and you go like, I don't know if I've done that the right way, and you're like,
does it matter?
Yeah, like is it a big deal?
Yeah.
Like just go out and just go and win, basically.
Yeah, class, mate.
Yeah.
I always finish on this last question, but what does the Goalkeepers Union mean to you?
Everything. Saved me, absolutely. The people that I've worked with, the people that I'm working with now, absolutely mentally saved me. And I know that's probably quite hard hitting, but without goalkeeping, without the union, the people that I've had around me, I definitely wouldn't be in football anymore, and I don't know where I would be personally in my life. So yeah, GK Union is everything.
See, personally listening to your story, it's so motivating, even for me at 37, 38, when this probably goes out, like, for what you've managed to achieve through that adversity of like the trauma in your family and the loss. It's incredible, mate. It's inspiring.
No, I appreciate it.
And it's amazing that you've shared that.
That's what I mean. Like, that's why I said like coming on the pod and stuff, like, you know, like if I can help, even like Instagram DMs, if I can help, I'm here, like, and you know, if you're struggling even with anything, you know, I've probably been there in the nicest way possible. Yeah. So you'll have someone that has been through it. So yeah, like I'm always here. I'm always open. I'm an open book, like I said. Yeah.
Do you find, this is obviously a goalkeeping podcast, but do you find that goalkeepers are more receptive of that sort of stuff anyway, because of we're an individual playing a team sport? So people view us differently anyway. So like you're saying, I'm very similar to you in that sense that like, if people message me or if they want to speak to me, I love sitting down for a chat with people, or trying to help them, or trying to find them a better way of doing something. Or
absolutely, yeah, because I would never want anyone to be where I was.
Yep.
So like, to look at someone and think they're on their way there, I'd be like, no, you're not. I'm sorry, I'm not letting you get there. Like,
yep.
And I get that kind of thrive and that buzz of like, just being there to help, like, you know, like anything, just get someone to laugh, or just switch out of that mindset. Like I'll probably get battered for it, but like, I'll make a mistake and I'll laugh.
Yep.
And it looks horrendous.
Yep.
But you have to switch out that mindset as quick as you can because it'll just snowball. So like, I just think that if you can help, just help. Yeah, absolutely.
That's no different than a reset button for you. So
yeah, that's exactly.
I've said this before on here loads of times, but if I make a mistake in a game, I think to myself, will my kids still call me dad?
Yeah, absolutely.
So then I go, yeah, they will. What does it matter? Like, just crack on then.
Yeah, literally. You can't affect what's happened in the past. It's only what you can affect now moving forward, what you can control. So control what you can control. Control the controllables.
Exactly. There we go. What an amazing episode, mate. Thank you very much for sharing that.
No, massively. Thank you very much for inviting me on. I loved it. Thank you.
Thanks for coming on. The second time ever after my ankle. Liam Roberts, everyone, thank you very much. This has been the Yours Mine Away podcast. Huge shout out to our sponsors as well for supporting the pod. Please make sure you go like and subscribe. See you later, everyone.
What a save from Mark Howard.